Awesome.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of our new show, The Third Degree.
It is good to be back.
Yes, it is.
Good to be back again, yes.
So who have we got on the show today?
Well, we're absolutely blessed to have an old friend of ours, Josh Douglas.
Wow.
The youth leader at the Baptist Church, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Very good to have you here, Josh.
And
Very
you are
good.
actually our second guest. Our first guest was none other than the legendary Andy Gore, as you can see there.
The Reverend himself, yes.
Yeah, we're going to stick him onto the Hall of Fame. This is where we put all of our victims or guests after they've took part in the challenge.
There he is. Fantastic.
But we were thinking, before you came on, Josh, we've got 2 Joshes here today.
Yeah.
So we might have to give someone a nickname.
Yeah.
You got any ideas?
Well, I'd be quite happy to go by Jozzy today, if that would work.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? Have you got a nickname that you'd prefer to be referred to as?
Nothing that can be broadcast over radio.
Fair enough. We'll stick to Josh today then, not a problem.
Yeah, Jozzy.
Right, well, it's good to have you on here. Thank you for coming. And without further ado, shall we get into round 1 of the Third Degree?
Round 1 is the introduction round. Quite simple. It's an introduction round.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
As it says on the tin, just as you'd
says on the
expect.
tin.
I have no idea what to expect from any of this. So
there we go.
We'll see.
There we go. All right, so first things first. Josh Douglas, who are you?
I'm Josh Douglas, the one and only. I'm just some guy, just doing the Lord's work. I've been blessed to be in the position that I'm in. I'm 29 years old and still finding out what God's purpose is with my life. It's a real new chapter in my life. I've moved to. I still live in Dinnington, but I've moved to Dronfield for work. Just shy of a year and a half ago now. So I'm still kind of getting used to it, and just the craziness that goes off, and just all the enjoyment that comes with it as well. It's amazing.
Good.
Amazing. Good. So question 2, tell us a lot about your job and what made you want to do it.
A lot about my job. So
a lot.
It's a really interesting thing how I actually got into it, because it's all part of my testimony. So when I was at my old work, I worked as a car salesman for 8.5 years, and if you're ever thinking about getting into it, don't. It's just, honestly,
the motor trade's a dark place.
Car salesmen are known for being sleazy, and for the most part, it's true. I'd say I'm the least car salesman you'd have ever met, though, because I can't swindle and cheat people, anything like that. I'm great at selling products and add-ons and stuff like that. That's actual value to it, but got to look after people, haven't you? That's always been the case. I wasn't a Christian at that point, but so I've come to faith, and I was in a great position where, whilst I'm taking photos, videos, things like that, I could listen to podcasts and people's testimonies, sermons, services, worship music, whatever. And when I'd recently come to faith, I just kept getting this: you're in the wrong place, you need to move. You're in the wrong place, you need to move. You're in the wrong place, you need to move. And I kept thinking about it. I'm like, probably. I'm not helping people out where I am. It'd probably be good for me to do something else, and I'll have a think about it. And I just kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off. And then all of these sermons, testimonies, literally everything I listened to, all became, I took this leap of faith. I took this leap of faith. I took this leap of faith. And when everything adds up like that, it's undeniable. So I'm like, okay, right, I've got the message. So there's this lady, she was in a basketball team in America, and she's gone professional. She's just finished university, and but this basketball team is leading her just down a life into sin, and she could just see where her life was going with that. And she'd just signed up for a mortgage, having finished uni and having signed pro and everything like that. So she's thinking the life's all sorted. But then she's, no, I need to leave this. But she's thinking, how on earth am I going to pay for my house, this, that, other, if I just drop it? But put my life in God's hands, dropped it. And then a mum comes in who she doesn't really see very often. This is like a week, 2 weeks later, with $100,000, well done for passing all your uni exams, everything like that. Just got to look after you. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, right, no, nothing else I can do. I wrote my notice, put exactly what it was for. It was like, I've not gone out and found another job already. It's purely, I'm putting my life in God's hands. I'll go where he wants me to be. I don't know what it looks like at the moment, but this is not the right place for me to be. Yeah. And if I don't do it this way, it's never going to happen.
I love that.
So dropped my job.
Wow.
And then I started looking.
Took the leap of faith.
Yeah.
I looked for, probably about 3 months, right? And the job for Dronfield Baptist came up pretty early on, and it said experience required, which you'd expect, everything like that. And I applied for it anyway, and I thought, I put, where I was in my life, and I'm like, I can appreciate if this is not the right place for me, if I'm not the right person for you. But if that's the case, just pray for me, because I don't know where I'm going right now. This is just, let's see how it all shapes up. So I've applied for that. I've applied for Christians Against Poverty as well, which is a, trying to think of the word for it now, debt advisors, right? And I'm thinking, brilliant. I've worked with finance. I've sold cars for 8.5 years. I'm great with people skills, and it's a Christian organisation, and it's doing something good. That's probably going to be great for me. And it's up in Bradford. I'm thinking it's all right. It's a bit of a drive, but no harm.
Yeah.
Didn't even hear back from him.
Really?
So carried on going. And then about 3 months later, I applied for some secular jobs, because I'm thinking at that point, I'm like, okay, maybe God didn't want me to work directly in the kingdom for him at this point. I'm thinking, like, where else could I go? I've always wanted to drive trains. It's what I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid. And I put other things in my life first ahead of that. So I just never got into it, because you have to meet certain requirements. And at that point in time, I wasn't willing to give things up to go into driving trains, right? And so I applied for 3 jobs that night. One for driving goods trains, one for driving trams, and another one, I can't remember what company it was, but again, driving trains.
Driving trains.
So I've not heard anything back from any of these companies, anything, until that Thursday night. I've applied there. And then the very next morning I wake up and I've got an email from Dronfield Baptist Church saying, we've been trying to contact you. We'd love to have a chat.
Right.
The very next day after I'd applied for jobs that weren't part of faith. And how much more of a clearer sign can you get than that?
Absolutely.
And so big old process of going in between. I got married all in this time as well.
Seriously?
Because, so obviously me and Shan were living together, and practice what you preach, and I fully appreciate it, and I think it's the right thing to do for us to have been married before I started the role. Especially, with the influence that comes with it and stuff like that. So, with thankfully, this is crazy, because I'd proposed to Shan a week before. So this is after I'd had a first interview, given a presentation, and they were having deliberation, chat with the congregation, everything like that. Because there's not really a hierarchical structure as such in the Baptist Church. Everyone's got a voice and all comes together, and it's a really, really good unit. I love it as a system. I think it works really well. Yeah. So a week before, I'd proposed to Shan, and then they come in a week later saying, we'd like for you to be married first. And I think I wouldn't have ever proposed for the sake of the job, because that's not the right reason to get married, but I had proposed anyway, because Shan was an atheist at this point. So I've gone through all this transformation of coming to faith, then dropping my job just out of the blue, not even really talking to her about it much. I'm like, you can't show dedication any better than sticking with me through all of that, especially when you don't have that faith yourself.
That's incredible.
And I was like, if she's ever deserved to be proposed to,
it's now.
So
100%.
proposed to her, and then we end up getting married, and then I started in December, not last year, year before. And so year and a half later, here we are, and sat here with you guys.
On the 3rd degree.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
So, like I say, not a short story to tell, but this is the problem when God gets involved.
There's so many layers.
It's like a pastry.
Yeah, love a pastry, or like onions.
Yeah, you like onions.
Sorry, Dylan's been watching too much Shrek.
If you like onions, we've got some good news, but we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. So,
hold on. Where are our manners? You might as well have a drink while you're here. Josh Douglas, there you go. Jossie, here you go.
Thank you.
Beautiful glasses, gone all out here.
We pride ourselves on it.
Yeah.
Have you got any liquids?
Yes, I'll have a look. Would you like water?
Yeah, I don't mind H2O.
Dihydrogen monoxide. That's its finest. Sure.
Is this fresh from the tap or from the river?
Fresh from the jug.
Oh, yeah. When was it added to the jug?
Oh, we don't know.
Oh, cool.
You'll have to make that judgment.
I'll take the chance, yeah.
That jugment.
Yeah, I'll just let you have a sip first.
It's not poison.
That's nice, yeah.
Good, good. So, without further ado, let's get on to the next question. And it's the final question of this round. Now, can you tell us a little bit more about how you came to meet Jesus?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a story that I love telling. It's brought so much more to my life knowing Jesus, and taken me on a path that I never ever would have expected. So obviously we all had Youth Fest back in February, which was great, and I did get to share a bit of it then, and it's something that I'm always happy to share. I share it with strangers all the time, and it's a Yorkshire thing, isn't it? You sat at a bus stop, share your testimony. Why not? Yeah, share the good news, and we're all given the good news and the gospel, and we can share that. But
definitely
go out and tell people your own story and what Jesus has done with you. There's no better example of seeing God at work than seeing someone's life turn around and change and say, "This was me before, this is me now." And so like I was saying with the job and not driving trains, it was because I actually liked smoking things that probably shouldn't have smoked. It's some part of my past and something I don't do anymore. But like I say, at that point in time, I put that above what I wanted to do with my life, because I didn't get a drugs test at the dealership, but I would get a drugs test at driving trains, and understandably so, and it should be the case. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So on a usual evening for me would look like I'd get in, see Shan, see Dylan for a bit and hang out, have family time, put him to bed, make sure everyone's all right, spend an hour or two with Shan, and then she'd fall asleep on the sofa or go to bed. And this is like 10 o'clock at night. Brilliant. So got an hour or two, whatever. And that was my me time. I'd go and sit in my car in the garage, get YouTube up on my phone and just sit and have a smoke and relax, and that just finish off the day. Working in car sales, it was 56 hours a week. Not particularly enjoyable, and so it was just, that was my release, really. And I wasn't looking for faith at this point. I wasn't looking to change my life, or what, I was always agnostic, which, if you don't know, is a case of believing that there's something more to life. Like when I die, I'd at least see black. There'd be something. Because for me, I'm like, my body's kind of like a shell that carries me around. You know what I mean? Like I'm my own person inside. My body is just whatever. What I've been doing. Try not to sound like a weirdo now. But so this one night, I've gone into my car, not looking for faith or anything like that, and I've tried to put my hand in the bag. Couldn't do it. Try again. Couldn't do it. Try again. Couldn't do it. And I tried again. Physically felt a hand grab my arm. And it was weird, because you'd expect it to probably be like scary or something like that, if some weird force is grabbing your arm, but it was comforting at the same time. I mean, like, I couldn't imagine how scary it'd be having Jack grab your arm. But so at that, I was just like, okay, there's only one thing it can be. I literally verbally said, "You've got my attention, I believe." And as soon as I said that, I had this massive wash of, all I can describe it as, like the deepest love just come over me, head to toe. Like, like you get goosebumps all the way to your fingertips, everything like that. Just come over me, and it just clicked on my head. It's just, Christ is King, and just all made sense. And just all my wants in my life turned upside down from where I was to where I am now. And that's how
so good.
how I met him, and it's a really crazy thing that I look and I think it's annoying, because I got taken to church till I was 12, and then at that point I was like, I don't believe in this, it's rubbish, I'm sick of it here, I don't want to get up on a Sunday morning, this isn't me. And then I got forced to go to church till I was 16, and at that point it's sort of like, I resent it. I don't want to be here. I've been forced to be here, and it's just making it worse. And then now that I'm saved, I'm like, I look at this time and I've gone from 12 years old to 27 at the time, and I'm thinking, I've gone 15 years of my life and I've wasted it not knowing him. And in the grand scheme of things, 15 years is nothing, because we've got our life now, but we've got eternity with him forever, which is just amazing. But I think, if only I'd not moved away 15 years ago, and I'd just spent that time knowing you. But I was told about God, but I didn't know him. Wasn't introduced. You know what I mean? So it's sort of like, I could sit and tell you about Lewis Hamilton. He's won arguably 8 championships. You know, he's done this, he's done that, he's done the other. But then if you meet him at the door, do you know him? No, it's just some guy who got to introduce yourself, build your own relationship. And so again, I didn't have that relationship with God. But now I look back and I know that I had to go through what I've gone through to be who I am and to have the experience I've got to share and understand others and be in the role that I'm in now. So God's been with me all the time. And even though I turned my back on God, he never turned his back on me. And I look back through my life and you can see just his hand working. I've always had what I needed, been given what I wanted. And I'd trade it all back just to spend more time with him, honestly.
I love that. Yeah, really powerful. Great. Before we continue, please will you pass me my phone so I can put it on silent mode?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Jozzy.
Thank you.
Do you know, I was so involved with myself then that I didn't even hear it pinging.
That's good. No. This is it. What you're saying is fantastic. I won't want it to be interrupted.
I'm also really paranoid about this water because the back of my throat's getting a little bit tingly, and I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm talking too much or because you've been attacking me.
Hopefully.
It's just, I've got a victim mindset now because I've heard the word victim. And,
I think everyone on the third degree has sort of a victim, prey, predator kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And for good reason.
All right, the next round. It's one of my personal favourites. This is 4 favourites is the name of the round. So it's very simple. We're going to ask you
4 favourites.
And you should tell us your answer. So, favourite noise?
V10 F1 engine.
Nice. Such a shame that they got rid of him.
I know.
So disappointing.
But Sebastian Vettel is working his magic. He's going to be greatest of all time F1 drivers. You know, I didn't even really like him too much when he started winning. He was really, really arrogant. And then he grew out of that and he became a really great person. I think just like
him at Aston Martin was his worst as a driver, but his best as a person, in my opinion.
100%. But he's been working. Obviously, he really likes green, renewable energy, just nature and everything. And so he's been working on sustainable fuels. And now the FIA is talking about looking into running V10s again on sustainable fuels.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah.
If they bring them back, will you be right at the front with your ear listening?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good answer. Yeah, I like that.
Your second favourite. What is your favourite part of your job?
Ooh, do you know what? That's such a hard question to really just narrow it down. I don't know if it's an obvious answer or an easy answer just to go, it's helping people's lives out. And I'm only a year and a bit into it, so do you know what I mean? It's sort of like my favourite parts are probably things that I've still got to come. There's some of them that are less well behaved than others, let's say, and I think just to see people come out of one side and come to the other side and just manage their way through secondary school and just build themselves as a person.
Absolutely.
And you can already see it start to happen with some people, and just the company that you keep around you really helps form you as a person. So I'm really excited to see that happen. To be able to be someone for them to confide in as well and just seek guidance and help from, I think is really meaningful. I'm just like, it's crazy that he's given me that much trust. You know what I mean? But absolutely love it. And there's just so many so many bits to love about it. Sharing your love of God with people, sharing testimony with you guys, like I've just done now, and so to narrow it down to one thing, it's so hard.
It's difficult. That shows that you love your job. It shows that you're good at it as well.
Yeah,
the fact that you so much. So the next question is,
oh dear,
what's your favourite place that you've ever been?
Favourite place I've ever been? Been a lot of places, you know. I've been to Florida, Disneyland,
Nice.
all that jazz. Yeah,
I'd love to go. Have you been?
Yeah, I went. That was very good.
Grandparents paid for us to go abroad there, but I think my favourite place
is this studio.
Yeah, right here, right now with you guys. Yeah, it is up there. Like tier list, we're S tier right now.
Nice.
Yeah, good.
We did a massive car road trip down to Austria. Sat off at like 3 a.m. Drove down to Dover, caught the ferry, didn't sleep, then drove another couple of hours through France. Then we've gone down through France, Italy, into Austria for a car show for 2 weeks at Withersea. Nice. And that place is just so beautiful. Yeah. Like there's a sermon I gave, and this guy's playing the hills of Tyrol, gets his mind cast to Calvary. But if you ever go to Austria, if you've seen the Alps, if you've seen anything like that, just the stunning beauty of creation is just wild. And so and especially when you're driving cars sensibly, not silly, not drifting around corners.
Absolutely,
it's such a nice place.
Yeah,
beautiful
I'd love
weather.
To go to Austria. Yeah.
You know that you're saying the grass is always greener. It just has that different tinge to it. The water has a special blue to it. Just
nice.
Real amazing place. Really nice. Yeah,
that's cool. Well, we got the flags behind you. We might look into investing in an Austrian flag for next episode in your honour. Next favourite. What's the favourite haircut that you've ever had?
I love my hair now. Actually, to be honest, it's so low maintenance.
To be fair,
so cheap.
Do you do it yourself?
Yeah.
There you go.
Shave probably every 3 days, and bick it right down to scalp. And it's funny. I just get prejudiced now everywhere I go. People just assume I'm a racist, and genuinely though, like. There's a girl that comes to J3, and we were sat chilling. It's like the first time that she's come with her friend, and we're chilling, talking, and then when I took my hat off and she realised I was bald, the shock on her face was wild. And then I just started getting called racist because I had a bald head. Obviously, she's not white as well, so we have really, really great banter now. And we're like playing Uno as well, and she's like, "Oh, if you play that +4, it's a hate crime." I'm like, good thing I'm racist, and slam it down on the table. But other than that, like friends' parents as well. So one of our friends, he's Jamaican, right, and his mum's cooked us all this great nice Caribbean food, and she just assumed that I wouldn't like it because I'm a bald white guy. She's like, "Cool, this is great. I love this prejudice." But you wouldn't believe the amount of haircuts I've had. I've had it like down to the bottom of the back, Mohican, mohawk. Like,
what colour was it before?
Black. I dyed it black. It was originally blonde, and then when I grew up, it was like it's like a mucky brown blonde. It was my natural colour, and then it got I was an emo, so got dyed black. Wanted it to be more an emo haircut, look more like a OG Justin Bieber haircut. But now I'm really happy with it.
Content. It sounds like we asked the right guy. To be fair, we try and change questions up a bit, but for anyone to ask what the best haircut is, it sounds like you've tried them all. So
Andy doesn't have much of a choice, but he looks like my dad now. So both lads together.
Amazing.
All right, then. So the final question on 4 favourites. Your 5th favourite. What is your favourite part about Youth Fest?
Favourite part of Youth Fest? Definitely wasn't the film. I was sat on a chair that was really uncomfortable.
Really?
Proper numb bum. What an experience it was.
It was maybe let's just give a little bit of background about Youth Fest.
Yeah, good idea.
Feel free to chip in because you probably know about it more than we do. But Youth Fest is an event held between the Baptist Church and the Oaks and various churches together in Dronfield. And it's just a chance for the youth of all these churches to get together, take part in worship, learning about Jesus, but also games, watching films, eating food, and it's such a good opportunity. They usually run it in February half term.
It's been February half term.
Yeah, so good. Sleep. Obviously, it's a 2 or 3 day or
It's
event,
been 3 days in the past. This year was my first year doing it, and so I didn't have any clue what to expect. You guys have experienced it more than I have, in fairness. You're saying I might be better explaining it, but obviously it's something you've done a couple of times. Other years you've been to Laser Quest, to Cosmos, big wild days out. I mean, with the time that we've had, we thought, we'll cut it down to 24 hours and then we can sort of build it up again from there.
I like that.
Simple, build it up. We had a
meeting
meeting about it afterwards, what we enjoyed, what we didn't enjoy, what we could have done better. And moving the date is something we discussed actually.
Really? What were you thinking?
It was crazy how many people were on holiday this year,
Yeah,
wasn't
really?
it? Yeah, there was, ironically, a big cohort were at the Oaks camp. Nice. That was smooth, that.
So why would you do that?
There was a large cohort that went to the Oaks camp. There was loads that went away. But it was quite nice to have a small group anyway, again, because it was 24 hours. So the amount of time was shrunk down, the amount of people shrunk down. But we're maybe thinking like May bank holiday weekend sort of thing, maybe in the future, because people are less likely to be away then, and the weather's a bit nicer as well. But that's all stuff for the future. So we'll
I think they call it Youth Fest because it's going like the youth kind of like fester together, isn't it?
And me as well. Playing chicken Jenga.
Love that game.
Firing squad. That's elite. But do you know what? Thinking about it, while you were describing it, it gave me the chance to actually think about my answer, which is always quite useful. Playing with an awesome band.
Oh,
that was genuinely though, because so I lead Embrace, which is our youth services every second and fourth Sunday at Dronfield Baptist Church. Shameless plug. But
shameless.
I play the worship music there, but it's purely just me. So to have that band feel, I was in a band for 8 years, leaving college, and then we were doing quite well. We've got a song in Space,
which is cool.
Just a wild thing. But I play on my own at Embrace, so to have that band environment again was really nice, and I think we all just clicked really well with the music as well, which it really added to the atmosphere, I think.
I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, nice one. Cool. Right, well that is 4 favourites round complete. You've managed to get through round 2.
So we got to know you're 2 rounds through. I was going to say half, but you've got a bit longer to go until half.
We're getting there.
This is where most people would leave through those doors.
So we'll see if you make it.
This next round 3, is called
the breathometer.
Do you want to explain?
Yeah. Now, simple as it sounds, the breathometer measures the quality of your breath. Essentially,
how good it smells.
Just breathe in his face. Yeah.
So you're asked to hold your breath. John's going to get a timer up, our producer John, and we're just going to see how long you can hold your breath, or will you be able to beat Andy Gore? Now you mentioned Sebastian Vettel. You mentioned you're a car salesman. Are you a fan of Top Gear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure you're familiar with the idea of they race around the track and at the end they get their name slapped on the board.
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of thing, but we didn't have access to a racetrack.
Andy Gore managed to get 2 minutes and 10
I'd have beat him around a racetrack.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of racing, so
But. So let's see how you fare.
Could be hard. This could be hard.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
And Andy's he's a brass man.
He's a brass man.
He's got those lungs there.
Yeah. Without further ado, let's begin.
3, 2, 1, hold.
whatever you get, you will receive a silver medal. Being one of the seven.
That's rubbish. I can't believe that.
No, that's a
Just
respectable.
50 seconds. Shall I add him on?
Of all the people in the world, like the average is, I think they say about 47 seconds to hold your breath. So you've beaten the average.
It's just elite. I don't know how he's done that.
What a guy.
He's the same animal, but he's a different beast.
Yeah.
Is what I'd say. So
Josh D.
I'm going to cry about this tonight. I'm going to go in bed and cry about my
look, if you ever want to come back and do another shot, that's fine. But per show,
well, you're in second place no matter what.
But no, I wouldn't be disappointed with that. To be honest with you, Josh, I think you did well.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So that's round 3 complete. It's a short round.
And that's your halfway
mark.
mark.
But yeah, so round 4 is what we like to call the clothes round.
Yes.
Now, this is a bit of a mystery one, a bit of a surprise. And it's where we simply ask you what you wear.
And you tell us where you bought it from and how much it cost.
Oh, wow. I'm not very good with clothes, to be honest.
That's all right.
It's, I think this is Zara, to be honest.
Nice.
Like, you've caught me on a good day because quite a lot of my wardrobe, I can't lie, I've had it since I was at college.
Yeah.
And they're just things, it is what it is. My wife, when I'm going out nice places, she's in charge of dressing me because I don't have style sense. But I'm on a good day today. I've got Jack Wills, so these were probably 30 quid, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that. This top, it'll have been on sale. Like, it's the only reason I'd have bought something from Zara because I'm a Yorkshireman. I don't spend money. I've got Lacoste on.
Nice.
Keep me white trainers. Pokemon, I think.
Nice. Ready for Batty.
Yeah. Primark specials, them. I got them for Christmas.
So they say about Josh Douglas, always ready for battle.
100 quid, 30 quid, and then we'll just say 15, 20, I guess.
And the iconic hat?
Oh, the hat. Tenner from Show at Dinnington.
Fantastic.
Which,
what I like about your outfit is it matches. You've got your navy blue jeans, your cream and navy blue top, and your navy blue hat.
Nice.
And you sat on a navy blue sofa.
Perfect.
So it's a nice mix, and I think it's a good outfit.
Very good.
Tell us about your outfit, Jack.
So this is a Sawboy top, which is actually one of a kind, the only one in
Wow.
No, it's not. Another man, Vincent Soul, also shares the same top, but that's another story for another tale.
Why are you sore?
Well, I just don't
working out too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see.
Mine. Well, can we get a close up on this, John? Can we get a close up? Cool.
Your top looks a bit wet there. Something happened.
It looked even nicer before the start of the show, but we've had a bit of an accident and a bit of wetness on it. But up here we've got Jozzy and Jax, a homage to an old project of mine and Jack's that we've got here. That's our faces on it. Personalised T-shirt. So there you go. And
Beautiful.
on the back, we've got the Beef Dragon, our mascot.
Yeah, our little Beef Dragon.
So I hope that answers your question. And that's
beautiful.
Round. Yeah,
that's
I think that's the least yellow I've ever seen you wear as well. You've got yellow underneath, but that's been a staple. Every time I see yellow, I just think Jozzy.
Yeah, there you go.
What a guy!
Absolutely.
Jozzy, do you think it's?
Yeah. Yes, I think you're absolutely right.
So we have a surprise for you now.
Josh, if I can just ask you to put one leg either side of this space. Yes, that's perfect.
I feel like I'm on casting couch.
There should be some snacks in there for you. If
you'd
like to put them onto the table.
Oh, lovely.
We actually asked
I'm going to spill these everywhere.
Push it back through. Send it back through.
Okay.
No.
Hey,
just the draw.
Just the draw. Are you on?
Thank you.
Some lovely condiments. I do English mustard. Well, that fits with my theme of racial hatred, clearly, with my hair. English mustard's the only mustard to go for, apparently, now.
So, yeah.
Tasty blue car.
We did ask, actually, your family, your favourite types of food in this.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to have all the sauces, but you do have to have one. So, what's the Kit Kat?
I think there's 3 Kit Kats.
What would you prefer?
Yeah, what a real tough
And just
decision.
to dip a Kit Kat in.
To dip a Kit Kat in?
That's correct.
Let me just kind of check the expiry dates on it.
Good.
Best before 2021.
Actually.
This one's 2025. That's reasonable. I think mustard might be a bit of a strong one to go with a Kit Kat. I don't want to overpower the Kit Kat. It's going to be the guac, yeah. Oh, it's a white cookies and cream Kit Kat. Cookies, cream, and guacamole. Oh, watch out for my onion.
It's actually pudding.
Quite nice.
It's quite a good guac, that.
Yeah. It's alright.
I think it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snack round.
You've got one more.
In Japan, they do green Kit Kats, and I couldn't tell you what flavour they are. But, John, if in the edit you get a chance to Google what flavour is a green Kit Kat in Japan and show that up on screen, that'd be great. Because it's something where it's like spinach flavour or maybe avocado flavour, something weird. So, yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know because it's like a...
Seaweed.
Is it seaweed? Yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
Wow.
Seaweed.
I've only had seaweed once and it was from a Chinese, not...
Oh,
I wouldn't have it again now.
Fair enough.
We're now going to ask you to just take a massive bite out of this.
Cool, yeah.
If you'd like.
Can I peel it first?
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, I don't have to eat the skin.
No,
That's
that's round 6. I'm messing.
It's a lot of skin on this. It's like an ogre. See, do you know, ogres, they're not like onions. Onions are like ogres. And,
They got layers.
how much skin? I've never seen an onion with so much skin on it.
That's how they make them in Dronfield.
See, I get Yorkshire.
Yes.
Yorkshire onions, not these Derbyshire onions. I will take a proper chunk out of this as well.
Really?
I've actually peeled it, yeah.
Why?
I'll put the effort in.
Oh, I was joking.
Yeah. I hope you didn't have any other plans for this onion, because...
No, it's good.
It's yours to use.
It's nice.
Go on, big chunk.
Wow.
Try have a bit of guacamole on it, not?
Yeah, go on. You can bite too. He's a monster.
Wow.
So, when my wife won't kiss me tonight, I'm blaming you two.
What do you like of it?
Josh, you've outdone yourself there. Well, that's...
I can smell it. Wow.
It's making me cry.
That took a turn, didn't it?
I might have the other part of my Kit Kat just to take...
Wash it down.
yeah, to wash it down, yeah.
The big chunk. The big chunk.
That's, most interesting meal I think I've ever had.
Wow. Thank you.
Glad you enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's your platter sorted. So, without further ado, let's move on to the final round of today's questioning.
The final round is a fan favourite. Slump.
Or dump.
Care to explain?
So, the thing about slump or dump is, if you just want to push that all the way through to our side.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
My leg wasn't ready for that.
The way it works is,
Oh, we had some salsa as well if you wanted that.
we present
Oh
you...
man, if only I knew salsa's goated.
If only you knew what you had in store.
Yeah.
We present you with a series of statements, and you must decide whether you want to slump, agree, or dump, disagree, with said statement. Now, let's say the statement was, my name is Josh Douglas, that's an easy slump all the way. You move the car over there.
Okay, cool.
If it's something like a bit more indecisive, feel free to leave it in the middle. Maybe you agree. It's a scale. It's a slide. It's a spectrum.
Disagree,
Yes.
Spectrum. So, without further ado, are you ready for us to unveil the first of our slump or dump statements?
Oh, he's ready.
Well practiced, well
Okay.
rehearsed. Oh, I think this car needs to go to the workshop. It's
One of the two. Okay, question 1. I have been in a band.
What were you called?
Into the Red.
Into the Red.
It's actually from a misheard Foo Fighters lyric. Because it was out of the blue, into the red.
Into the Red.
Yeah, so that's where we got to. I'd brought my guitar into college one day. We were filming in the studio. I did media, which I think you'll probably appreciate.
That's cool.
And Slab Logan turns up. He's like, "Oh yeah, you play guitar?" Logan was our lead singer, and turns up. "Oh yeah, do you want to have a jam sometime?" So went round to us. He's showing me all this music he's wrote already, and
Amazing.
let's be a band. So
fair enough, that's great.
Me, him, Ashley, Luke as well to start with, but he was massively inconsistent. He ended up getting sacked after not turning up to a music video shoot.
How long did you last for?
8 years.
Wow, that's a hell of a band.
It were quite upsetting, to be honest. When we broke up, it were deep. It was like a proper relationship, you know. Because it's sort of, we'd rehearse 2 nights every week for a good couple of hours. We had our own studio, which was great to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, so one day we had like 10 shows lined up. One was a festival in London, and lead singer just goes, "Can't be over with it anymore. What do you want to do? Gigs that we've already got lined up?" No. So yeah, and after 8 years, that were it, and it was a real hit. But it was a great time though, and obviously you guys have got magenta apricots.
That's
and,
right.
Cherish it because it's a really, really great feeling. But like I say, I mean, we sold out Corporation, which is in Sheffield. I don't know if you've been to Corp, played Sheffield O2, played quite a few good gigs, and played with. Do you know Crazy Town?
No.
They had Butterfly for their hit. I think that was US #1 actually.
Seriously?
Yeah, come my lady, come my lady, be my butterfly.
Oh
sugar.
yeah,
we played support. So we played
yeah.
support for them. Hung around with them. Interacted with the likes of Smash Mouth as well.
Really?
Wow. Didn't play many covers, but we did play All Star quite a bit as well. And so we had a good interaction relationship with them on Twitter, whatever. Cool. Like I was saying earlier, we had a song go to space and everything.
Tell us more about that. I wanted to ask. Give us the details. A song in space.
So it was it's absolutely wild, this, because none of it was pre-planned. And so there's this Peregrine rocket, right, that was going up to the moon, and we'd just recorded our 3rd EP, 4-track EP, I think it was, Wavelength, and there was a song on there called "Take Me to the Water on the Moon." So there's this guy, and he's got a you know those like treasure trove boxes, you bury them in your garden, like you leave them there to be dug up in future. That was the whole sort of idea. There was a DHL capsule called a moon box to go on this ship and go to the moon, and there's this guy who's bought one. Don't know how much they would have cost. I can imagine it was a fair bit though. And he's like, "Well, I've got some spare space, so if people send good one. But yeah, if you send something and I like it, I'll put it on board and and it'll go to the moon." So we've already wrote this song called "Take Me to the Water on the Moon," recorded it, and he's like, "Yeah, I love that." So he's put it on. So now this song that wasn't originally planned for anything like that is going to the moon. And ironically, the mission was to go and look for water on the moon. Which, if you know anything about space travel, you'll know that this rocket didn't actually make it to the moon. It's now drifting off in space.
That's cool. That's kind of better. In a
way. Because like
aliens could find that.
So it's like the first song accidentally drifting in space.
That's so cool.
So it's there was also another song that we wrote called Neptune Shore as well. So if it crashes into Neptune, Again,
Yeah.
even more, like.
That'd be awesome.
That's so cool.
But
Wow, that's
but yeah,
incredible
so and if you don't
story,
believe me, it's on BBC. You can see it in the Star. It's
Right.
in
See
the
it in the
Star.
stars.
But yeah, that's really a claim to fame and just a great chapter
Yeah.
of my life.
so cool.
Sadly, I don't listen to the music now because it's kind of like
it's emotional. I can
Sad.
imagine.
yeah.
I can imagine.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good following.
Awesome.
It sounds like. Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna actually listen to a bit of music when I get home. But and yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice, thanks.
Great.
Cool. The next slump or dump question is: I'm a big fan of Andy Gore.
Well, there's not enough room on the table.
Oh,
what a guy!
yeah.
What a guy! Love Andy.
He's a
Yeah,
good guy.
lots of love for Andy. And,
Yeah.
We love him.
We
on
like
this show.
Andy as well.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's always going to have a special place for us because of his little jacket and the fact that. He
oh,
was
do you
the
know
first
what?
guest
His
on the show.
jackets, his suits, his ties. Like
He's
you
a man
guys
of
will have
style.
seen them
Andy.
at Christmas, and not only that, but his Dockers as well, his shoes. Like he's a man of taste
He is.
and style. Yeah, there's just something special about what he wears.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, we have obviously I work with him. We have regular meetings and chats, and get a good bit of guidance from him. Just great all round guy. Go round to us on a Tuesday night
Nice.
for tea in between finishing Hope and Light and starting worship practice on Tuesday night.
Good.
Go around to theirs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so not just a colleague, but a true friend, a brother in
nice.
Christ, and
Beautiful.
Great.
lots of love for Andy.
Okay, slump or dump? I have a confession to make.
None that I know of.
Just highlight.
Good.
Well done.
Good. Phew.
I got a confession to make.
Oh,
Ah,
into the red.
nice. Easily misheard lyric. Okay. Final slump or dump question. And it's the final round as well.
Wow.
So,
Last question.
yeah, you've done very well.
Nice, thanks.
Should we do this one together?
Yeah.
Do you want to stand up?
Yeah.
Do you want to stand up as well? Right, Josh.
Camera angles are looking good now.
Slump or dump?
I have enjoyed my time here today.
Oh,
that's
off the charts.
And onions on the floor, just the way we
Oh, good.
Oh no, get the
Well,
Uber out.
Thanks for coming, Josh. This has honestly been amazing. Oh, Josh,
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on. You've been a great contestant, and
great victim.
you may have.
I've enjoyed it, yeah.
You may have fallen flat on the breathometer.
Yeah.
Every time I eat onions, I'll think of this moment.
Wow.
And on every other round,
Yeah, look.
you've excelled.
We can see the remains
debris.
of our little lunch that we had.
Yeah.
I'll
You
put
did a good job.
Actually,
on that.
get it frozen in resin. That onion.
Yeah. Send it
famous,
to
the
the mirror.
famous onion.
Now, we have to ask, is there anything you'd like to give us as a thank you for having you on the show? It can be cash reward or
We take card if you have.
or it can be.
I've got my phone in my work
Yeah,
phone,
we'll take
which
that.
Yeah.
you can have my
Yeah,
work
just
phone.
just
I'm on holiday for 2 weeks.
Thanks.
It does open this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Well,
Well,
thank you.
so I'm on holiday for 2 weeks.
Can
So
open.
I'll not tell you the password for it.
That's right. I know a guy. He'll crack that.
Amazing, thank you. And
So thank you for
the final thing that we get all our guests to do, you should see a little monkey mask up there.
Oh, beaut.
Yeah, if you just put that on.
I want a baby as well.
Very nice.
Oh,
Not
nice.
quite.
Sorry.
There he is.
There he is.
Best monkey impression now, yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Well done.
Josh
I'll
Douglas.
leave this on to save my embarrassment now.
Yeah.
Conceal your identity.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joshua Douglas from the Baptist Church.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. We'll add you to the Hall of Fame later.